Hi there everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a book review for you lot. The book review is on Warhorse by Michael Morpurgo. I recently read this, I actually finished this yesterday. It was such a great book actually, I really did enjoy it. It took me a bit longer than I actually anticipated to finish it, but I think this is because it's quite a short book, so I was really expecting to read it quite fast, but then it was a beautiful story, but I don't think it was gripping, if that makes sense. I didn't really want to keep reading it, which was a problem for me. But nevertheless, I found it a really enjoyable read. Like I said, a beautiful story. I found the plot very interesting and the characters were very interesting as well. Obviously, I'll explain more about them as I get into this review. But first, I'm just going to read what it says on the back. I saw the grey soldiers ahead of us raise their rifles and heard the death rattle of the machine gun. A powerful story of truest of friendships and worst of the wars from the award-winning master storyteller Michael Morpurgo. This edition includes an 8-page colour photographs from the film. So this is just an example of the photographs. They are really, really nice. It's a great quality paper with the photos as well. You know, they're just from the film. I haven't actually seen the film yet. Hopefully I'll be able to buy the DVD or something when it comes out. That would be really, really good. It sounds really, really good, and I just sort of want to see how it is as a film, really. Apparently it's really, really good. You know, it's been in loads of cinemas, everyone's been talking about it, and it just sounds really, really good. So let's get on to my ratings and thoughts about this. So characters for Warhorse by Michael Morpurgo, I'm going to give them a 4.5 out of 5. I absolutely loved the characters. I thought they were probably the best thing about the book. You know, you really do develop with them throughout, especially the horse, which is the main character. It's actually told from the horse's perspective, which I really, really liked. You know, I do like horses and any animals, really, so I thought that was a really nice touch. You know, you really do feel sorry for the horse when stuff happens, and obviously that's, of course, what the writer wants. And I think the characters really do carry such an emotion, and they have great relationships between each other, and basically there's a lovely theme of friendship there. I'm going to give the plot a 4 out of 5. I think it was a nice, easy plot. There was no twists and turns, though, and I think some people may like the aspect of that, or some people might actually hate that. To be honest, I prefer books with more plot twists and turns in there. I find them more enjoyable to read and more entertaining. You know, I really like it when a book wows or shocks me, and this really didn't really. It was a bit predictable in parts. But I think that because there's no twists or turns, it's a nice, relaxing read. You know, it's quite just a nice sort of weekend read. You can easily read it in one weekend. And it definitely wasn't bad either, so I thought it carried a nice story as well. Writing, 4 out of 5. Very descriptive, some amazing description in there, which I absolutely loved. So why am I not giving it a 5 out of 5, you ask? Well, basically the paragraphing really annoyed me, and it made it hard to read. Michael Morpurgo, if you're going to write excellent description that is just amazing, you need to paragraph it better. Basically, I found that on most pages it was just one paragraph per page, and for me that is kind of ridiculous. I just lost concentration, I couldn't think about it, and I sort of just went off into other thoughts about random other things, and that is obviously not what the book's about. Here, for example, that is more than one page, and that is just one whole paragraph for me. The writing is quite big, but it just makes it so hard to read. I prefer when books are basically split up a bit more. I just really don't like them when it's quite bunched up. I know I don't normally get annoyed by stuff like this, and it's quite picky, but basically I just think that it does impact the plot a bit, and that's why I'm not giving it a 4.5, I'm actually giving the writing a 4, because I think it does impact it does ruin some aspects of the plot and the characters and enjoyment of the book overall. I don't know if I'm being too harsh on it, but, you know, it's just my opinion. I'm just trying to give an honest opinion, really. So, enjoyment, 3.5 out of 5. It was a nice read, but I wouldn't reread this or anything. I just feel like I found everything out about it. There's nothing else to really explore in the depths of it, really. I also like books with more of a shock, and I know I have mentioned this in the plot section, and this is a nice read because there's no shocks. But really, I do prefer books probably when there is more shocks and twists and turns. And obviously, as I mentioned numerous times, the paragraphing could have been a bit better for me. It just made it quite hard and clunky to read at times. Though I would recommend this, you know, if you like simple plots, just a nice, easy, relaxing read, definitely try it out. You know, any animal lovers will really like it. I do love animal books. I've read quite a lot of animal books, such as Warriors and stuff like that. So basically, I have high expectations for animal books, and for me, this is not as good as the others. So overall, as a mean average, that gets us to 4 out of 5. I think the only problem with this review is I've really explained it being probably worse than it actually is. I have to say I did enjoy it, and I'm sorry if I'm sounding quite negative. I do like to point out both positive and negative aspects. I'm not sure if I've sort of weighed down a lot on the negative aspects in this book, but I do have to say it was a really, really nice read. I'm just sort of being critical, so I give sort of a good rating, and people have a sort of an honest idea what I think. And I was probably expecting a bit more impact as well, because whilst there was a bit of sadness actually at times, it didn't continue throughout. I felt sad at odd parts, and then it sort of just went, and the emotion could have been a bit stronger in there maybe. But I did enjoy it. So that was my review for Warhorse by Michael Morpurgo. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to tell me in the comments what you think. If you've read this book, tell me what you think of it. If you haven't read this book, are you going to read it soon? Give any comments and stuff in the description below, and I'll see you all again later.